Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Garden of Cats and Dogs. This is Jelly, and I have a couple of exciting updates and some news before we get into the video today. So before I get into the news, the video today we're going to be repotting this large regular ZZ that I found at Walmart on discount for, I think it was $8. It just needs some really fresh soil. It was soaking wet when I got it, and I've let it dry out. So now it just needs a new pot and some soil, and we're actually going to be separating this out because I'm giving some of it away to my grandfather's girlfriend, and she gave me this pot to put them in, which is a bonsai pot. So I'm going to be getting her some ZZ in here, and then I'm going to be keeping a few to put in this cute little pot I got for $4 at a store that was closing locally. The other thing we're going to be repotting is this gorgeous green goddess, possibly Thai, what do they call it? I don't remember. Green goddess, neon lemon philo, that's kind of the name for the same plant. So I got this for $12, and as you can see, she is huge. She is ready for a moss pole. So we're going to be giving her a bigger pot today, a deeper pot, so that I'm able to get her on a moss pole. And she's actually going to be going back in the pot that it came in, because it came with this pot and just didn't have any drainage holes. And I just took my diamond drill bit and drilled holes. Actually, none of these pots I'm going to be showing today had holes. I drilled them myself. I'm also going to be repotting this little snake plant I have. It's getting out of control. It was a gift and I just never got around to repotting it. So I'm going to be splitting it up into this little fox planter and little hedgehog planter I got from the dollar store, which of course these again I drilled. And so I think that's everything we're repotting today. So let's get into the good news. Obviously, if you look behind me, this is not my normal, this is not the normal background for when I shoot a video. And that is because I moved to a much larger area. All of my plants are now able to be outdoors or indoors as I please. They are much, much happier. All of my plants are growing like crazy. I've gotten a ton of new plants I've got to show you guys. I recently in the mail, beginning of this past week, got a burgundy princess, which is a reverted pink princess philodendron, with the possibility to revert back, so it could throw pink leaves out. I got a monstera addison. The two I showed you, I think I got a silver sword. I don't think you guys have seen my silver sword, but I have a silver sword now. And actually, unfortunately, when we were moving all of my plants, there was a cutting here, a piece that had two brand new leaves, and it actually snapped off, but I actually have that in a prop box rooting. I also have two glissorium nodes that I'm rooting. And I will show you my prop box and like how I propagate my aroids and my other plants, in another video, because I'll be able to do lots more videos today. And I'm actually not shooting with my DSLR today. I'm shooting with my phone camera in case the quality is really bad, just because I don't have internet right now. Like, I moved to the sticks, guys. It's the middle of nowhere, and the internet company is taking like a month to put the internet in, so I won't be able to use my camera until next month for videos. So for now, we're going back to phone videos, unfortunately. Sorry about that, guys. And as you could see probably from my last video, my hair has changed. I'm now blue and green and purple in the back where my hair is shaved. So that's also a new thing. I will leave my link to my TikTok and my Facebook page, because I am also starting to sell resin items. I make monstera leaf earrings, necklaces, pendants, trays, ashtrays. I make a whole bunch of stuff with resin, and I'm finally almost ready to start posting everything for sale. So I will also post a link to that Facebook page. That Facebook page is called the Garden of Art Studio, because I do try to keep it plant related, as well as, since I have moved and I do have so many plants now, I have decided that I'm probably going to be going through and looking at plants that I have doubles of, or stuff that I could take cuttings of and root, and I'm going to start looking into actually selling my own plants from cuttings and stuff. So like the silver sword cutting that's growing, I'm either going to put it back with the mother plant, or once it's fully rooted, I'll be selling it. Because I know silver sword is a really popular plant, and I want to help people get plants at good prices. Like, to me, my silver sword was $30 for the plant I just showed you. So I paid $30 for this, and this is probably about a $150 plant. And to me, it's ridiculous to spend that much money on a plant when in a couple of months, a couple of years, the price is just going to go down, or a big box store retailer like Costa Farms is going to produce it like they are the Thai constellations next year. So it's kind of like, what's the point of paying hundreds of dollars for a plant to have it first? And then if I do get something first, why am I going to charge hundreds of dollars for it when I know I only paid 50, 60 bucks for it? So I'm just trying to bring more rare plants to people at a better price now. And that's the whole point to that rant. So anyways, I guess let's get into the video. So today, what my normal soil mixture is topsoil and soil conditioner from Home Depot. I unfortunately don't have a bag right now because I used all my bags up, and then there's not a Home Depot where I moved, there's only a Lowe's. So I haven't gone to see what Lowe's has soil wise. I'm sure they have topsoil and soil conditioner. If not, I'll order it from a Home Depot and have it delivered. But in the mix I'm going to be using today, I have Coco Core. I have Burpee's Coco Core. It's actually called Garden Core. And the reason that I use Coco Core is I use that for plants that like more even moisture, but like fluffy soil. I use it with my Hoyas, my aeroids. Sometimes I add it to my cacti, like my euphorbia, and stuff like that. But I use Coco Core in place of peat since Coco Core can't become hydrophobic. And that's my main reason for that. And then of course I use my chicken grit, which I've showed in a couple of videos. I pay $7.99, $8.99 for a 20-pound bag of chicken grit as opposed to buying perlite, which eventually floats. Chicken grit doesn't float because it's a heavy insoluble marble, or granite, so it won't break down in your soil. It provides aeration. And then the other thing I have two other things that I mix in this soil. I use Osmocote, which is a fertilizer, which is back in my bucket. But I also recently got this. It's pine mulch bark for houseplants. It's just basically mulch. Orchid bark is pine bark as well, fir bark. So this is just basically what's in my soil conditioner, but not broken down, because my soil conditioner is just crushed bark and worm castings. So this is just actual pieces of bark on the smaller side for houseplants. I like to add bark to my aeroid mix because I feel like it gives them more aeration in their soil. And then I'm also using the last of my Moser's Lee's horticulture charcoal. I just use this because it prevents root rot. It adds extra drainage. It's just really good to have on hand. I like using it. I don't know if there's really any difference, but I like using it, so that's why. So that's my basic soil mixture, and then I adjust, so what I first do is I take my bag of topsoil and my bag of soil conditioner and my 3-gallon nursery pot here, and I mix half and half, scoop for scoop, with this little strainer I got from Dollar Tree. This is don't buy expensive tools online. Go to Dollar Tree and look for stuff, because I use this as a scoop and to mix my soil instead of even though I have a mini garden shovel. But okay, so I mix half and half topsoil and soil conditioner, and then after that, depending on what plant I am going to do, so with aeroids I add about 10% Coco Core, and then I will add about 40 to 50% chicken grit, and then about 10% horticulture charcoal and bark. So it's a very gritty, but here we go. It's a very gritty but nutritious soil for the aeroids. And that's what you want. My Coco Core is a little wet, so that's why it looks so dark. And then topsoil in general is already dark. So I do that. For my cacti, like I said, I either leave the Coco Core out, or it's a very, very small amount. Like maybe 5% if I do cacti. And most of the time I just leave it completely out and just do the 50% topsoil, 50% soil conditioner, and then I do 50% chicken grit, and then 50% horticulture charcoal for my cacti to give them that nice rocky aerated soil they would be used to in the wild. Alright, so now that I'm done rambling, let's get into the repotting video, and I can show you how I repot my plants. Okay guys, so the first thing I like to do is I like to go ahead and take the pot that I'm going to be using, and I just like to fill it about halfway full with dirt, just so that in case the roots are overly full, there's room to maneuver, like to plant into the soil without like making a huge mess. But you also have room to add more soil if it's not enough. Like the roots aren't quite large, like quite long enough for the pot you're putting it in, but the plant is big enough for the new pot. So this one is for the phyllo, and we're just gonna go ahead and move that to the side and put some soil in our next one. And we're just gonna go. And I've got soil in all of them. I'm going to come here to this little bucket I have, and I'm going to grab the first plant we're going to be uprooting and cleaning up the roots on, because I do not reuse my store soil, and it's mainly just due to, like I said, I don't like peat moss. I don't think peat moss is a good soil to use. People use it because it's cheap. So this is the plant I got. This is not the right care instruction for it. Like I said, it's a phyllandro, and this just says it's foliage. That's how much I paid for it before taxes. Came out to like $13. So all we're going to do is we're just going to squish the edges of the pot. Sometimes you don't have to squish the edges. The plant will just slide right out. Other times you're going to have to do that, and then should pop right out like that. I always keep these pots because it's never a bad thing to have extra pots. And then as you can see, she does have some pretty nice roots going on. And so you're just going to gently start in the center with your hand and just kind of work your hand in a circular motion. You want to try to be as gentle as possible, but if you break some roots, it's not the end of the world. It's not gonna, the plant might go into shock, but it's not gonna like kill it if you rip some of the roots, trust me. And then you're just gonna, this is why I recommend having an extra bucket, because you don't want to just like rip the roots out. You want to try to gently massage the soil. That node might be viable. I'm gonna save this and see it. I guess it was a cutting, because sometimes companies do that. They take cuttings and then shove them in this dirt, and I guess this was a cutting that hasn't taken and started to get rot. So I'm gonna cut it and put it in my prop box. So one of the reasons I'm repotting this too is because I noticed that one piece was dying, and I wanted to get a look at the roots on everything. And it does feel like these are probably top cuttings with the way the air roots are, but we'll see. Okay guys, so as you saw, I got everything uprooted, and a ton of those little baby snake plants fell off. So what we're gonna do is all this new baby snake plants I'm gonna put in one pot together, and then the big mama snake plant I'm gonna put into her own pot. So I'm gonna move this out of the way and move my big pot of soil down here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna mix this around and find some smaller chunks, because since the babies are so small, I'm gonna go ahead and, alright, and there's all our little baby snake plants. So let's move on to mom. And sorry if it goes dark, guys, it is actually about to start pouring up here. So mom, we're just gonna grab and we're gonna stick her, and looks like I need to add a little bit more soil because she doesn't have as much roots as I thought, which was the whole point of me getting a on the smaller side pot, because that's, so she actually has more roots than I thought she did. So we might have to take a little of the soil out. Oh, looks like it's just going to be perfect. And then literally just take it, and you want to hold it. If you're going to put all three together in the same place and you want them in the center, you just want to hold them with a nice grip. And then you're just going to get in here and dig some soil. And then you're just going to stick soil all the way around the pot. Slowly pressing down, not too hard because you don't want to damage the roots. Just ever so slowly, just making your way around the container, moving it as you go. Making sure to look for any empty spots. See, wasn't very careful and I almost damaged her as I dropped my glasses. Alright, and then I'm going to turn her one more time because I just don't like how low this is right here on this side. So, we're going to get... Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I am sorry about the rain. It is coming down like crazy, and I know it probably sounds like I'm yelling, but I promise I'm not. I'm just trying to make sure you guys can hear me over the rain. I really appreciate you guys watching this. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down what you would like to see below. I do work with resin, and I was thinking about doing some tutorials on how I do my resin pieces, my chameleon shifting pieces. So let me know if you would like to see something like that. And don't forget, if you do share and like this video and watch till the end, it lets YouTube's algorithm know that more people should see this and helps me put out more videos for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!